So let's go over when is it sinful for a person to be like humble, to hold themselves back. When it's like, no, you shouldn't do this, it's actually a bad thing. And what are the symptoms that you might be doing this a little bit too much? Because it's good to be humble, but sometimes we overdo it. Sometimes you overdo your piety, sometimes you overdo your tawadu, right? So when is it that I'm overdoing my modesty, I'm just trying to like shy away from it? Number one is that if a person through their shyness, they fail to denounce what is clearly munkar. Something is obviously, evidently wrong. But then he or she's like, no, I don't know, maybe there's a difference, but I don't know, maybe somebody else can do it. It's not me, it's awkward, I can't. If you find yourself in all of these situations, this is blameworthy humility. It's not a good thing to be humble when someone is clearly doing something obviously wrong and haram. If a person's acting out, you must say something. This is an obligation for you. Now I understand if there's like some crazy scenario where they're like, look, my life might be endangered, my family might get hurt, etc. Okay, you're smart and then you can extricate yourself from that situation. But we're talking in a situation where you're here in the masjid and somebody's acting out. It can't be the case that we're all here, 20, 25 people are here, and one person is, loudly shouting and messing around and stuff, and everyone's like, oh no, it's okay, brother, we let everybody here, it's okay, it's in the masjid, no problem. No, somebody has to say something to him. Somebody must say something. And if all of us are like, no, then we are all sinful. That type of humility is not permissible in the deen. Number two, and the second one actually is the same thing, that basically a person through their hesitancy and awkwardness, they refuse to ask about things that are important. So again, we become very shy oftentimes, right? There's a very famous statement of our scholars. They say two people, لا يتعلم اثنان, right? Two types of people will never learn. Who are those two types of people? Al-mustahi wal-mutakabbir. A person who is too shy and a person who is too proud and arrogant. So that person who's too proud and arrogant, he'll think, I already know all this stuff. Or he's going to think that, what is this guy? What is he going to teach me? This is a kid, what's he going to teach me? Oh, this old man, he speaks English with an accent. He doesn't know what's life like out here in America. I know better than he does. Therefore, that person will never learn because he thinks he already knows everything. The second one is a person who's mustahi. They think it's too, I can't ask these questions. I'm too shy. I'm too embarrassed. Right? I have other people, sometimes we can overdo that too, right? Where there are certain questions you should ask in private. You don't need to ask them in public. So I have a Q&A chat, and we have almost 200 people in this Q&A chat. And some people just ask the most unhinged questions. So we have to delete the question and then message them like, Assalamu alaikum. Please share your question in private. And then, the admin has to send a long text to everybody. Assalamu alaikum. There are certain questions that it's better to ask them in private. So if you wish, you can do so. And then, So sometimes you have to know when to ask a question in private. Other times, even if it's an awkward question, you must still ask it publicly because it will benefit the people around. It depends if it's like an asli issue, like it has to do with principles, usul, or if it's a far'i issue, like something specific, juz'i issue, specific just for you. If it's just for you, then you got to ask that in private. And so, if you find that, you're always finding it awkward to ask questions because, I don't know, I don't want to ask about this, I don't want to ask about that. Oh, does this break my wudu? Does this not? I saw this, or this happened, or this happened. Is this okay? If you find yourself too shy to do that, then this is a blameworthy thing because in that case, your wudu might not be valid, your salah might not be valid, all kinds of things can be, an issue can be a problem.